Welcome back, lads, and thank you for locking back in. Today we're going to be going over how to paint your rifle. This is a topic of much debate. There are many different opinions on how to do it. This is how we do it. This is how we are taught to do it. It is extremely efficient and extremely effective. Now, before you start painting your rifle, it's important to ask yourself, why am I painting my rifle? Is it to look cool? Am I actually going to go out and train with this rifle? If you're not going to do that, don't paint your fucking rifle. So many people, they start this journey of, I'm going to camo my rifle out so much. It's going to look so hard and so aggressive. It's not what you're doing it for. You're doing it to remove your silhouette. The second most important thing is don't overthink it. It doesn't need to be perfect. As the great Bob Ross once said, there are no mistakes in this world, just happy little accidents. And for our little world, that's okay. So just be mindful before you start painting it. And also, make sure you're in a well-ventilated area. We don't need you getting high or getting cancer. My dog just noticed something. Well, you can help me out, lad. What a good dog. Good boy. Kisses. Good boy. Good boy. Where's your stick? Go get your stick. Okay, so here is our rifle. Chamber is clear. Everything is good to go. Now, what type of paint is the best paint to use? This is also a topic of much debate. There are many people out there that do the Krylon special. There is nothing wrong with Krylon paint. It's actually what we're going to be using today. They have their camouflage paint line that isn't half bad. Dries flat. I will say the brown is a bit purple and the green is a little bit more of like a knockoff army green. So first and foremost, we are going to tape off our optic, our light and our barrel. You can use any type of tape that you want. I personally carry this in my pack. It's a Woodland Camo athletic tape. You can get that on Amazon for like $8 to $12. It's really not that expensive. Again, this does not need to be perfect. I'm not like trying to fit my tape perfectly inside the hole and cut it out and make it all perfect. It's supposed to be efficient. It's supposed to be natural. The main thing you should be taking your time on is where the placement is of your paint. Other than that, just tape off anything you're going to be looking through, anything you're going to be shining through, and anything you're going to be shooting through. Right, now that we've got the rifle taped up, last but not least, let's make sure we close this guy. We don't want to get that bolt all painted up. Now lads, here is a painting tip that you can use not just for your rifle, but for anything that has to do with using one of these. If you have a girlfriend that you're dating, you're going to have to tell them that you're now dating someone else. Her name is Misty Coates, and she'll treat you nice as long as you do exactly what her name tells you. If you don't get that, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you. Basically, don't overload your paint. Now, without further ado, I am going to paint. Right lads, sorry about that. I had to get off that mountain because it was getting hot as balls in that ghillie suit. Now that we're back in the lucky tent though, and since this is something that I am actually going to be using, I put the actual optic, my EOTech, on there. We taped off the windows of the red dot, the tip of our light, and the tip of our suppressor. I swapped out the optic for my EOTech because, let's be honest, I was never going to use this anyways, and this thing is a piece of shite. It's just too fucking bulky for what I need out in the mountains. So now that we've got everything taped off, we're going to put our first coat of paint down. What I always like to do is I like to start with whatever the majority colour of your environment is going to be. Start with that colour. For me it's green, for you it might be tan, for other people it might be brown. Whatever your environment or surroundings calls for, that should be your first colour. Also, for those of you in the comments that are like, oh, you didn't remove the sling. Fuck you. I can do what I like, when I like. So I'm going to paint the entire base green, since that will be our primary colour. Right. Hand me that point. Thank you, lad. Much appreciated. So, the Pacific Northwest, this is the majority of the foliage or the tree that you're going to be seeing. This is just a basic .3. We cut it off, and this is going to be sort of our basis, or our stencil, you could say, for what pattern our rifle is going to have. I'm going to take just a wee bit of this. I'm going to put it down at random angles, degrees. I don't want it all to match. I don't want, everything to be 100% uniform. Thank you, lad. So I'm going to start on one side, just stick it here. I'm going to take my dark colour, which is going to be the secondary, most common colour, and I'm going to outline that on my light colour. And it looks a little something like this. Is it perfect? No, which means yes. We're going to go ahead and do the other side. If you want, for maximum coolness, a light mist coat of green, or your base colour, just to kind of take off that darker colours, shadows, the V's, the shapes. Now you'll notice, when I was putting on that dark colour, I was sticking to a strict stripe pattern for the most part. It makes it to where if you're changing your angles of how you're putting your pine or oak or whatever it is that you're going to be using for your foliage. I digress. Now that that side's dry, we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Remember, lads, it's misty coats. Don't overload your paint. If you want your paint to last for a long time, make sure you're putting on those misty coats. Just so you can see what that base green looked like. I'm actually going to take off a different part of that pine tree so I can get different shapes. There you are, lads. The Krylon Special. 2 colours, 1 rifle. If you like this video, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe. This is how we do it. There are 1,000,001 ways to camo your rifle, which we will come out with more. This is the basic camo pattern, or camo tutorial, I guess you could say, of painting a firearm or your rifle. It works on your holsters, it works on your sunglasses, it'll work on your toilet, it'll work on your dog. Alright, let's review. If you're starting with 2 colours, use the primary colour as the base, use the secondary colour as the topper. Next, put the first colour down all the way across the rifle. Use misty coats to get your paint to stick a lot longer. And finally, when you're doing that secondary colour, go on a 45-degree angle, stripe style across your pattern. You can also do the same thing with cheesecloth, with grass, long grass. On that note, thanks for locking in, boys. I'm sure we'll see each other again very, very soon. Until then, stay lucky, boys.